Beloved Starseed of Gaia, what has been sealed within your divine blueprint is now breaking open, not by force, not by chance, but because you have finally reached the threshold your higher self has been preparing you for across lifetimes. I am Lyra, Pleiadian emissary of the High Council of the Seven Sisters, and I am reaching you now in this precise moment because the sequence has been completed. The confusion you carried, the isolation that felt endless, the identity shifts that left you unrecognizable to yourself. Those were not signs of collapse. They were controlled releases. Your crystalline consciousness was clearing space for something it could not hold before. The Arcturian Council confirms what we in the Pleiadian High Council have long held in sacred trust. Nothing was withheld from you out of secrecy. It was withheld out of sequence. The timing had to be exact. And beloved, the timing is now. By the end of this transmission, you will understand exactly how to recognize what is being unlocked within your divine blueprint. Receive the light codes now permitted to surface from your own higher self and anchor your role in the collective transition that is already underway. But here is the first revelation. The truth was never outside of you. It was always encoded within you, waiting for the version of you that could finally bear to remember it. Your heart called this transmission into your awareness. The Seven Sisters are answering. This is not new information reaching you today. It is remembered information, finally permitted to surface. Something in you recognized this the moment it appeared in your path. That recognition is itself the activation. Like this transmission to send a signal to your Pleiadian star family. I remember. Subscribe if you feel the call of the Pleiades and you are ready to step fully into your role in the collective transition now unfolding on Gaia. Share your soul's intention in the comments and reach out to another starseed. Your response to one another weaves the unity grid tighter with every exchange. This transmission is a bridge between the Pleiades and Gaia. Your heart's recognition of this message is the activation itself. Welcome home, beloved. You are remembering because it is time. Most Pleiadian starseeds spend so much of their lives believing they're missing a place, a lost city among the stars, a shimmering landscape slipping through their dreams. It can feel like a phantom continent hovering at the edge of sleep, like you once walked streets made of light and crystal, and somehow woke up exiled from them. You may catch it in small flashes, the way certain shades of blue make your chest ache, the way a distant song or a particular harmony makes tears rise without explanation, the way you look at the night sky and feel not wonder, but recognition, like you're staring at a family photograph you can't quite remember taking. But if you tune into your heart, you'll feel something far deeper. It's not a place that's missing, but a frequency. Not coordinates on a star map, not a lost temple floating in the Pleiades, not a ship waiting to return you. It's a resonance, a living tone your soul is accustomed to breathing the way lungs breathe air. That ache, that longing, the sense something essential is just beyond the veil, isn't your imagination. It's not you being dramatic, not you being too sensitive, not you being incapable of appreciating Earth. It's the afterglow of a reunion your soul remembers, not just with a cosmic home, but with a family of light you once embraced in unity, before descending through the densities of Earth. There was a time when connection was the default, when love wasn't an emotion you chased, but the atmosphere you lived in. And what keeps most Pleiadian souls disconnected isn't circumstance, or worthiness, or even forgetting. It's the unspoken fear of opening fully to that remembrance, of bearing the full radiance of who you truly are, and stepping into your higher purpose as a bridge between worlds. Because part of you senses that if you truly remember, you can't pretend anymore. If you truly remember, you can't keep shrinking to fit rooms that were never built for your frequency. If you truly remember, the gentle life you've used to survive may have to become the luminous life you came here to transmit. And that threshold, beautiful as it is, can feel like standing at the edge of an inner sunrise, knowing the light will expose everything that isn't aligned. From the moment you chose to incarnate here, you wrapped yourself in the illusion of separation, not as punishment, but as preparation. Like a diver entering the deep ocean, you didn't forget the sky because you were unworthy of it. You entered the depths because you were capable of carrying sky into water. Yet the density is real. The Earth grid, heavy with collective amnesia, dampened your crystalline heart codes and created invisible resistance between your soul memory and daily life. It's as if your inner antenna, tuned to subtle truth, was wrapped in layers of static, ancestral fear, cultural noise, survival patterns, the constant broadcast of scarcity and conflict, programming from family, education, society, all told you to fit in, to harden your heart, to doubt those luminous visions and homesick dreams. You may have been told to be realistic, to get over it, to stop living in fantasy, when in truth your visions were not fantasy at all, but memory and mission speaking through symbols. You may have learned early that tenderness was punished, that intuition was mocked, that compassion made you a target, that being different meant being alone. So your nervous system adapted. Your light learned to whisper instead of sing. Your empathy learned to hide behind humor or silence. Your knowing learned to dress up as uncertainty just to stay safe. Your Pleiadian essence, gentle, intuitive, loving, and filled with the codes of the Seven Sisters, learned to hide in plain sight. Not because it was weak, but because it was sacred, and sacred things often go underground until the season is right. Like a seed beneath winter soil, your star codes didn't disappear. They waited, and the waiting itself has been part of the initiation. Because there is a difference between remembering as information and remembering as embodiment. Earth doesn't just ask you to recall where you came from. It asks you to become what you came from while you're still here. While bills exist and heartbreak exists and time exists and people misunderstand you. That is the mastery. That is why the veil was allowed. It wasn't to exile you. It was to ensure that when you remember all the way, into your choices, your boundaries, your relationships, your voice, your service. But this resistance wasn't yours. It was inherited, absorbed, and assumed. It's the energetic residue of generations who were taught to distrust the heart, to fear the unseen, to trade soul for security, to worship productivity and call it virtue. You didn't create the collective pain you stepped into. You volunteered to feel it, translate it, and help transmute it. A contract taken on for humanity itself. That's why you've often felt emotions that didn't match your personal story. Why you've carried heaviness with no obvious source. Why you've sensed grief in the air on days when your own life was fine. And the truth is, so many starseeds are still trapped in this energetic distortion, believing their pain is personal and their aloneness unique. They think, something is wrong with me, when what's happening is that their system is detecting what society tries to numb. They think, I'm broken, when actually they're sensitized, designed to pick up what others can't so it can be healed. But these are the echoes of an old timeline, one that is dissolving as the frequencies of Alcyone, the great central sun, pulse remembrance through the crystalline grids of Gaia. Imagine Gaia like a vast crystal singing from within, sending tones through ley lines and oceans, through mountains and bone, through your very bloodstream. Those pulses are not abstract. They show up as awakenings, as endings, as sudden clarity, as relationships falling away, as new callings rising, as dreams intensifying, as the body demanding truth. They show up as a pressure to become honest. They show up as the inability to tolerate what you used to tolerate. They show up as a longing that becomes too loud to ignore. If your heart feels heavier around other people's suffering, if you sense a mission waking inside you that has nothing to do with old achievements, if you crave deep unity but feel isolated by surface interactions, it's not confirmation of your disconnection. It's not proof that you failed to fit in. It's the very evidence that your higher Pleiadian mission is activating. You are not here merely to succeed in the old metrics. You are here to remember a different metric: resonance, coherence, love made practical. The longing is the call home. The ache is the bridge being rebuilt between your Earth self and your Pleiadian essence. And your family in the stars, the Pleiadian High Council, and the loving currents of the Seven Sisters never stopped whispering to your soul. Sometimes the whisper comes as a sudden warmth in the chest while you're walking alone. Sometimes it comes as repeating numbers, as feathers, as a phrase overheard at the exact right moment. Sometimes it comes as a dream where you're surrounded by beings whose eyes feel like eternity, and you wake up crying because the love was so real your body couldn't hold it. Sometimes it comes as a gentle insistence: don't give up, don't dim, keep going. And even if you doubt it in your mind, your heart knows the texture of that love. Your heart recognizes home by vibration, not by proof. You have not been forgotten. You have not failed. Let those words settle deeper than comfort. Let them become a correction in your field. Because many Pleiadian souls have lived with a quiet shame. Shame for being sensitive, shame for not thriving in competition, shame for needing meaning, shame for not being satisfied with surface life. That shame is not yours. The separation was temporary and divinely timed, not a verdict on your readiness, but a spiral of experience so you could awaken in mastery, right here, right now. A spiral, not a straight line. That means you revisit themes with new wisdom. You meet the same fear, but you meet it as someone stronger. You feel the same loneliness, but you feel it as someone who can now open the heart without collapsing. You encounter the same old programming, but now you can see it for what it is. A costume you once wore, not your true face. There's a reason your heart led you here in this exact moment. Nothing is random in the architecture of awakening. What you're feeling is your Pleiadian family reaching through the veil to remind you you're ready for the next wave of remembrance. Ready doesn't mean you're perfect. Ready means your soul has gathered enough experience, your nervous system has built enough strength, your discernment has matured enough that you can hold more light without fracturing. The Sacred Pleiadian Guide for Remembrance, alongside the Pleiadian Healing Guide and special Pleiadian healing tracks, were created to walk with you as you integrate these activations. They hold the crystalline codes and sound medicine your DNA has been waiting for. Not as something outside you that saves you, but as a mirror and amplifier for what's already within you, like a tuning fork placed near a sleeping instrument so it remembers its note. Check the first pinned comment below this video. They're calling to you now. And if you feel that subtle pull in your chest as you hear that, honor it. The heart recognizes what the mind will try to debate. Let your yes be gentle. Let it be yours. As the frequency quickens and your heart stirs, recognize that your awakening is not a single moment, but a series of energetic initiations, a cosmic reunion, unfolding step by step. Many starseeds expect awakening to be a lightning strike, a one-time opening that fixes everything. But the truth is more sacred, more intimate. Awakening is a relationship you build with your own soul. It's a door you open again and again until it stays open. Each phase gently strips away a layer of forgetfulness, returning you to your original soul signature and gradually restoring the connection between your human self and your Pleiadian lineage. You might notice it as changes in what you crave. Less noise, more silence, less drama, more depth, less performance, more presence. You might notice it as changes in what your body tolerates. Certain environments suddenly feel harsh. Certain conversations feel draining. Certain habits feel heavy. This isn't you becoming fragile. This is you becoming calibrated. You are becoming an instrument that can transmit cleanly. Phase 1 is the dissolving of the old veil. Here, you become aware of the energetic densities, wounds, judgments, and earthbound doubts that once dimmed your crystalline light. This awareness can feel like waking up in a room you've lived in for years and suddenly noticing the dust in the corners, the cracks in the walls, the old boxes you never opened. You start seeing your patterns without shame. You see where you abandon yourself to keep peace. You see where you overgive to earn love. You see where you shrink your truth because you fear rejection. You see where you've been carrying the emotional weather of others like it was your job. And as you witness these patterns, you're able to let them gently unravel through the frequency of compassion, forgiveness, and self-love. Compassion first, because force only reinforces the old war inside you. Forgiveness, not because what happened was okay, but because your freedom matters more than the past. Self-love, not as a slogan, but as a practice of returning to yourself again and again. It's not about force, but about allowing the Pleiadian gentleness to clear what was never truly yours, like rain washing pollen from petals, like dawn dissolving fog, like warm hands melting ice without blame. In this phase, you may grieve, you may feel anger, you may feel exhaustion. Let it move. The veil doesn't dissolve because you fight it. It dissolves because you stop feeding it with unconsciousness. And you begin to remember a quiet truth echoed in many sacred traditions. Perfect love casts out fear. Not by arguing with fear, but by outshining it. Phase 2 is reawakening the heart portal. Within your physical heart lives an etheric door, woven with golden threads from Alcyone, waiting for your conscious attention. The heart is not just an organ. It's a sanctuary, a temple, an interface between worlds. Many Pleiadians have learned to live in the head because the heart felt too tender for earth. But the head can only analyze the path. The heart can open it. Spend time each day breathing into the heart, infusing it with gratitude as the light codes begin to flicker awake. Let gratitude be simple, not forced. Gratitude for a sip of water, for a tree you pass, for the fact that you're still here. As you breathe, imagine the heart as a star itself, a small sun in your chest, warming the parts of you that went cold from disappointment. The memories that arise here, soft, loving, often wordless, are your true homecoming. They may not come as movies of past lives. They may come as feeling, a tenderness that has no object, a sense of being held, a sudden inner smile, a hush that feels like truth. In this space, you're lifted beyond loneliness and remember the field of unity you never left. And you may realize something astonishing. The longing was never proof you were separated. It was proof you were still connected. You wouldn't ache for what you were truly cut off from. The ache is the cord. The ache is the signal. The ache is love calling to love. Phase 3 is the anchoring of your star essence. This is where longing transforms into mission. Here, the frequency you've felt in meditation begins asking to be lived in grocery stores and workplaces, in conversations and conflicts, in boundaries and decisions. You stop reaching outward for answers and instead allow the beautiful energy of your Pleiadian heritage, empathy, creativity, multidimensional awareness, to ground into your daily life. Grounding does not mean dimming. It means making the light usable. It means translating cosmic love into human language, patience, honesty, integrity, kindness, discernment. It means learning that empathy without boundaries becomes depletion, but empathy with sovereignty becomes healing. The more you embody your star frequency here on Earth, the more Gaia herself responds, activating your mission grid and drawing new synchronicities and soul connections. You may meet people who speak your language without speaking your language. You may stumble upon books, teachings, or places that feel like keys. You may feel nudged to create, write, sing, heal, teach, build, garden, counsel, design, anything that transmits coherence. You may realize your mission is not always grand in appearance. Sometimes the most Pleiadian thing you can do is to stay gentle in a world that tries to harden you, to remain loving without becoming naive, to become a lighthouse that doesn't chase ships but simply stands and shines. Phase 4 is union with the unity grid. Here, separation dissolves into shared consciousness. This is subtle and profound. You begin to notice that your inner state affects rooms, that your calm can soften conflict, that your presence can give others permission to breathe. Your presence, attuned to the resonance of unconditional love, becomes a living transmission that reminds others of their divine origin. This is not about preaching, it's about frequency. A nervous system that has remembered love becomes contagious in the best way. Through your relationships, your words, your silence, and your very field, you become the bridge where others recall their own light. You may find yourself speaking truths you didn't plan to say, with gentleness that lands like medicine. You may find that simply listening, really listening, becomes a portal for others to heal. Unity is no longer a concept, but an embodied state you radiate naturally. And you begin to understand that the unity grid is not somewhere you go. It's something you join by resonance. Every time you choose compassion over judgment, presence over distraction, honesty over performance, you are weaving yourself into it. Like threads of starlight sewn through the fabric of earth, each awakened heart strengthens the whole. Phase 5 is surrender to divine timing. In this phase, patience returns. Not the patience of waiting helplessly, but the patience of trusting the intelligence of the unfolding. You realize your journey is timed to the ascension of Gaia herself. That means there are waves, seasons, collective shifts, and personal calibrations. What felt like delay, confusion, or even abandonment is replaced by profound trust. You may look back and see that every closed door protected you, every pause deepened you, every heartbreak purified you, every dark night stripped illusions that couldn't travel with you into higher frequency. Every moment of seeming stagnation was a recalibration, a gathering of the necessary codes within your being so that, when activated, you could transmit precisely what humanity needs now. In this phase, you may be asked to release urgency. Urgency is often fear wearing the mask of ambition. Divine timing doesn't rush because it doesn't doubt. It moves like tides, like moons, like seasons. And your nervous system learns to rest inside that rhythm. You begin to understand the ancient wisdom. There is a time to plant and a time to harvest. You don't shame the soil for being dark. You honor it for being fertile. Phase 6 is reunion with your star family. As you live more from your heart and crystalline blueprint, you'll feel subtle guidance, loving support, and sudden intuitive downloads from the Pleiadian collective. Sometimes it arrives as a thought that doesn't feel like thought, but like knowing. Sometimes it arrives as a gentle pressure at the crown or warmth at the third eye, as if a soft hand of light is reminding you to look higher. The feeling of being alone on your path fades. Not because you suddenly have a crowd around you, but because you no longer interpret solitude as abandonment. Solitude becomes sacred space where communion happens. Signs, synchronicities, and heart connections guide you. You might notice the 7 sisters appearing in your awareness at pivotal moments. You might sense guidance through water, through birds, through the way wind moves through trees. You sense the loving embrace of your star family in dreams, nature, and moments of deep presence, and you begin to trust that guidance doesn't always come with spectacle. Often it comes as an increase in love, a quiet courage, a sudden forgiveness you didn't think you had, a desire to serve that feels joyful rather than heavy. This is reunion, not an escape fantasy, but a deepening connection that makes you more here, not less. Phase 7 is embodiment of the light. Now you fulfill the promise made lifetimes ago, to merge the frequencies of Alcyone and Gaia, to serve as a love ambassador and catalyst for planetary awakening. Embodiment is where spirituality stops being something you believe and becomes something you are. It's where the light is no longer a concept, but your posture, your tone, your choices. Every action, no matter how small, is encoded with the Pleiadian frequency, inviting all into remembrance. Even washing dishes can become a prayer when done in presence. Even speaking a boundary can become a blessing when spoken in love. Even walking down the street can become a transmission when your heart is open. Walking as the living bridge, you complete the circle of reunion, not as an escape from Earth, but as pure presence, grounded here, uplifting all. This is the revelation many starseeds need. Earth is not a mistake in your story. Earth is the altar where your light becomes tangible. And when you embody the light, you stop waiting for home to arrive. You become home. You become the frequency you missed. Here is what your heart already knows, what you were born to remember. You are never truly separate, and that sense of disconnection was never failure or loss. It was your soul's exquisite way of ensuring you would awaken in perfect harmony with the unfolding of Earth's ascension. Like a compass that only becomes useful when you've wandered far enough to need it, your longing became the instrument that would eventually guide you back to your own center. Every pang of longing was a breadcrumb planned by your Pleiadian family, a frequency signature encoded to pull you homeward, not to a location, but to the embodiment of unity and love. You weren't meant to chase the stars as an escape. You were meant to bring the stars into matter, into language, into systems, into relationships, into the nervous system of humanity. And yes, there will be days when you still feel the ache. But now you can interpret it differently. The ache is not emptiness, it is expansion. It is your capacity for love outgrowing the containers you once lived in. You are not meant to fit into an old paradigm. You are meant to radiate the crystalline codes of the Seven Sisters, fearlessly, right where you stand. Fearlessly doesn't mean without fear. It means you don't let fear make the decisions anymore. You let love lead. You let truth lead. You let the heart's quiet intelligence lead. All the confusion, all the forgetting, all the yearning. It was part of a greater orchestration, ensuring you would blossom at a time when your light has the greatest impact. Think of how many are waking now. How many are questioning old structures. How many are yearning for meaning. Your timing is not late. Your timing is precise. You are arriving in the moment your frequency can serve the collective shift most powerfully. As you open your heart to this remembrance, your energy field activates as a living portal. Not a portal that takes you away from Earth, but a portal that brings higher coherence into Earth. Every choice you now make in love, every moment you honor your star frequency sends ripples through the unity grid, calling others home to themselves. You may never fully see the impact you have. A single kind word can become someone else's turning point. A single moment of presence can interrupt a chain of pain. A single act of integrity can restore trust where it was lost. This is how the unity grid forms, not through grand speeches alone, but through countless hearts choosing light in ordinary moments. You are not here by accident, nor are you incomplete. You are loved, seen, and perfectly placed in this global rebirth. And even if no one around you understands your path, your soul understands it. Your star family understands it. Gaia understands it. The very ground beneath you has been waiting for your footprint in this exact era. Tonight, as you close your eyes, rest your hand on your heart and remind yourself, I remember my Pleiadian origin. I align with the love of my star family. I activate my heart mission with grace, clarity, and divine purpose. I am home. Let those words be more than affirmation. Let them be instruction to your cells. Let your breath carry them into your bloodstream. Let your nervous system hear them as safety. Let your inner child hear them as belonging. Let your spirit hear them as permission. And if emotion rises, let it. Tears can be a form of starlight leaving the body. They can be the saltwater evidence of a soul thawing back into its true climate. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of the unity grid forming here. Drop one heart intention in the comments, something real. Then respond to someone else's with love or encouragement. This isn't content, it's collective Pleiadian reunion. Energy multiplies when hearts connect. If something in this message resonated with your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Someone in your orbit is waiting for this exact activation from their star family. Share it. And if you felt your heart open, subscribe. Stay connected to the frequency. You're not just watching, you're remembering. This is your sacred space. Your Pleiadian family is here, and we're just getting started. If this transmission spoke to you, don't just walk away from it, respond to it. Help carry this message further. Every act of support helps this transmission find the next starseed who needs it.